Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do an alternate method with this. So sometimes you might need to use a more manual approach to drawing a countertop if you have something like a major line of sight issue or movement is required during the top. We'll talk about that more um, over the phone if you need to, with a support call, or we can show you that during the movement video that will be coming up later. But what we're going to do is we're going to draw this with just the line tool. That's located right here. And then we're going to go ahead and select that. And then basically all we're going to do is take 2 points on each of the surfaces. Now, what's unique about this mode is that you can draw really in any order. There isn't you have to go clockwise, you have to stay out of the corners, any of that. What's being done here is simply every 2 points, it's going to create a line like so. You just heard my software create the line and it made a red line on the screen. So I can now just independently move on to the next surface and draw. So if there was something that was in my way, or if I needed to move my laser or something like that to capture a better perspective, then I could do that from this mode. That is something that cannot be accomplished during the actual countertop tool. Once you start, you need to commit to finishing the top when you're using the countertop mode. So here we go. We're going to take our last couple points here. Here we go. And then last edge right here. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to shift my mode when I'm ready to draw the wall in this case. Now this isn't necessary. You don't have to do this. Some people choose to stay in the 2 point line mode and take multiple lines across the back wall, connect them later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the line mode there, and I'm going to choose the 2D continuous open line. The mouthful, I know, but all it is just a line chain. That's all that's really happening here. It's really similar to the countertops version of, or countertop tools version of scribing the wall. It's pretty much what's happening. You need a minimum of 3, but you can take as many as you want in order to capture your scribe. So I'm going to be doing that here. I'm going to be taking my points along the wall. Here we go. There we are. And getting closer to the end here. Now, what I want to do, I want to take a quick moment here to show you my drawing here. And you'll notice that I have a black line here versus a red line. Now that is kind of going back to the temporary lines that you saw before. This is in fact a temporary line and will not be permanent until you hit the calculate button. We're not going to do that yet, but you could, in this case, complete this wall, click on the 2D continuous line and start another one. That would then have 2 separate line scribes. I prefer to continue through the wall like so, and I'll go back to my laser's perspective here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just draw the next wall while still in the same continuous line. Oh, got to make sure I took my point there. 1 second. Here we are. And then we'll take another one roundabouts the end here. There we go. So now going back to my drawing here, you'll see I kind of have a little bit of a chamfer. What I'm going to calculate, I'm going to hit the check mark just like I did with the countertop tool there, and it will complete it, and you'll notice it now matches the rest of my colors. So in this case, what I can do is I can simply click on the chamfer line here, and then I can delete it out. I'll go ahead and make my software a little bit smaller, and you'll see the delete button is right here. There we go, and now I have a manual countertop.